Hi everyone, Aldbar here. This is my solo walkthrough and guide to the level 6 heroic quest Immortality lessons on the elite difficulty. Enjoy. Hi everyone, Warjack here. This is the final quest in the second Feywild quest chain. It's actually shorter to go to the genie over here and send you to the harbor. This quest is located right next to the entrance, well, the official entrance to the Feywild. Here, if you look up to the right, you'll be able to see Hirsam's palace. And this archway over here is what we need the Prince of Frost to spawn a staircase for us. No, you can't actually walk up the staircase, you'll just fall through it. It's only a visual staircase, but you enter the quest over here.
You arrive at Hirsam's stronghold after a long climb up the ice staircase. The Prince of Satyrs is near the entrance, playing a melody, while his servant Hermia flits nearby. Hirsam looks up, not at all surprised to see you.
Ah, here at last. I trust you didn't get frostbite. Welcome to Duskfall Overlook, a prime example of my vision for the Feywild's future, as well as its past. See how the birds and the deer, the trees and the vines have reclaimed the ruins of this Eladrin palace. Here we say goodbye to the useless conceits of the Eladrin courts, to the hold we have on our world. You seem impatient to start your duet with me. Worry not, it will begin soon, but first, I hope to teach you about what I want to achieve. Once you complete the lessons I have designed, we will speak again. But until then...
Hirsam bows, then disappears. Hermia says that before you can meet with Hirsam, you will need to find 2 watchwords hidden in the different branches of his stronghold. A curious door glimmers into view. Even curiouser, it vanishes mere seconds after it appeared. You decide to keep your eye out for it as you complete Hirsam's lessons. You tumble out of breath into a shaded grove where Hirsam's herd of corrupted unicorns stands in the grass. Scar regards your presence in the grove with obvious disdain. But she tells you about the deals she made with Hirsam, that she and her herd may roam free in the remade Feywild, pillaging and ruling the land Hirsam grants them as they see fit. This door has been sealed with a magic incantation. Only the 2 watchwords can unlock it, which Hirsam has hidden in his stronghold.
Okay, if you're wondering what's going on, so we'll explain it as we go. But for now, all you need to know is we need 2 watchwords, so we need to go through 2 different passageways and get this code.
A satyr and a small band of musicians stand in a crumbling amphitheater. The satyr flashes a menacing grin when he spots you. Hirsam's voice drifts into your ears, like a far-off strain of music.
Now it's time for you to learn of my music. See this band of revelers before you? Best them, then you will be given the gift of my song. Use it wisely.
Hermia reminds you that one of Hirsam's best qualities is his ear for music. According to the owl, A worthy follower knows how to wield a tune. As you step into the amphitheater, a portcullis slams shut behind you. Fearsome said that once you defeated the musicians, his lesson would really begin. But you can't see any way out of this room, other than the way you came. What did he mean?
Okay, the key mechanic in this quest is to use this fiendish fiddle to break certain things. That includes gargoyles and some walls and floors. It's like an AoE.
Standing by a weak section of flooring, you play an aria on the fiddle. To your surprise, sound from the magical fiddle shakes the room. Tiles crumble, revealing a path down. Playing the fiddle has revealed another section of this wing. Fearsome's voice booms into your ears.
So, you've mastered the Feyish fiddle smash. Good. If you dream of finding the watchword or a way out of here, you'll need its music.
Okay, now if you look good at these walls, you can tell which ones need to be broken. They've got a certain kind of pattern, texture on them. The way you use this fiddle or lute or whatever it is fiendish fiddle. You put it inside of, well, it's inside of your inventory. You pick up one, and then you just put it on your shortcut bar. So you're going to be activating it a lot during this quest. This area is just optional for some breakables. On the map, we want to go south. Another key point to note about this quest is any place that is critical to open with the fiddle should have a music stand. Now, it's not any place, but all the places that you might miss or not know. So the music stand here is an indication that there's something that needs to be broken, which is this floor. But also we need to continue on through this wall. There are a few optional places where you can break, and observant among you probably noticed this one. As you can see that there's rubble behind the wall. This is just like a little alcove. A few breakables and a collectible. Okay, if you're wondering about what happened at the beginning of the quest with that door, so there's a door that will appear once you've collected one of the watchwords. It will appear for a few seconds, and if you enter it, it will take you to that little secret grove where you complete that optional. If you don't click on it in time, it will show up right over here. Okay, now what I did is actually, to save time, I went and I climbed up to where you would exit this area and stepped in the place that would trigger that cutscene. So as soon as I was finished talking to Hermium, whatever, the owl, I could jump down and right away get the door.
This courtyard has been walled off with metal gates. You'll need to find another way inside.
In other words, I was just doing something to save time, but I'll explain it the way you're supposed to do it when we finish this area. Also over here you can break this floor through this gate. Not that you need to though. This entire little section is optional just for the kills. The right way through this courtyard is up through the vines. Here, as you can tell, we've got a breakable wall. This is optional. This basically just loops you back to where you were before. here's the room where we started, where we got the fiddle. Right underneath us is the table with all the fiddles and the locked gate. Yeah, also I just broke the other 2 gargoyles over here. It's one of the objectives. I mean, it's an optional objective. Again, placing yourself properly will allow you to play the fiddle much less and be well, sparing with your time. From here, we really need to go to the left. Okay? You jump down over here next to that music stand. That's the way we want to go, through that music stand. But also there's a locked door and there's an open passageway. So we're going to go through there first. We're going to go through the passageway. It's going to come out through that locked door, and then we'll go through the place where the music stand is. Also, these 2 gargoyles aren't close enough to be broken with the same tune, so yeah, whatever. Here's another place we've been before. This is the room where there was a floor that we did not break, and soon we'll be back to it. Also, you can see there's 1 gargoyle in the hallway and 1 up on the ledge. But if you stand right in the center between them, you can get both of them at the same time. Here's another secret wall and a gargoyle. Again, we're going to play 1 tune and break both of them. Ta-da! This hallway leads to another secret objective. Well, another optional objective we're about to see in just a moment. Also, we're introduced to another mechanic of this quest. See this door? You can't even click on it. But there's a music stand here. What does that tell you? Well, let's try the fiddle out. Yep. Some things are activated with the fiddle. An optional we get over here is this book. Apparently Hirsam's writing a novel about himself, and there's 3 parts to his novel, and we're going to find all 3 parts. Yeah, and here we're back on the balcony where we started this little roundabout, where the room with all the vines are. Again, the way out of this room is up the vines, up the second pair of vines, and to this music stand. Okay, here we got 2 music stands. So what is that going to mean? So here's the first one. What it does, it's going to break this glass. The second one's for the door. But I'm going to try to get the glass and the gargoyle and the door all in one blast. Well, here's Hirsam's second piece. Well, that's actually the climax of his story, but it's the second. 2 out of 3, I mean.
A gargoyle perches on a high ledge inside this room. He stretches out his crumbling arms. You look lost. Maybe I can help you find your way to oblivion. The gargoyle flinches at your blow. A chunk of stone chips off his body. Tourmaline shudders as even more of his stone body chips off. One more strong blast should do the job.
Now he does attack you and leave you stacks of bleed, which can be very annoying and make it really, really hard to kill him.
The red signal crystal on the wall lights up when you pull this lever.
That is why I recommend getting rid of all the trash first. And also try to avoid getting hit in melee, or you'll end up beating him down but not being able to play the lute because you're being interrupted by your stacks of bleed. We can of course walk back, or we can just use this floor and jump down. You can use these finds to get back up just in case. Here we've got a shrine. So if you need to, you can hit like and subscribe. Yeah, and I've tried really hard to get all 3 gargoyles in one blast. You can't. When you stand at the starting area, you can go left or right. One of them leads you down to the dungeons, and one of them leads to this area. You can do any order you want. The reason I'm going for here first is because I would like to have the loot on me when I do the other area. Yep, this brings us right back to where we first dropped down. This is the first hole we jumped down. So we're going to just walk back again. And this is going to bring us right back to the room where we had a floor to break that we didn't break. And now we're going to break it. We could have broken it before, but whatever. That's what that red switch did.
A solitary gargoyle statue rests in this chamber.
Now we've got our first watchword.
The root barrier disappears. Behind it, you notice a strange ring of mushrooms that has sprung up in the soil. Now that you've collected this watchword, all there is left to do is find a path out of this labyrinth.
There is a dimensional anchor in this quest, so there's no DDO or teleporting or anything. So that's what those ring of mushrooms did. They sent you back out. Before we crossed the room on the bottom, we went through that door at the far side. Now we're going up the stairs, and this should lead us out. Here again, we've got this wall that we need to break, and the gargoyle, so position myself to break both at the same time. 2 birds with 1 stone.
This door matches the one you used to enter this labyrinth. You found the exit. Now that you have the watchword, you're free to leave.
Well, if you remember at the start, we climbed up. So this is where we ended up. Stepping in this area will be able to trigger the optional. What you do is you walk out of this area and you stick to the left. Walk all the way to the end of the fence. You'll see where it falls up the ends. There's like a little place over here. Stand, and then you look at this tree, and as soon as you jump down and hit the floor, that door would spawn in and you would run in. That's the way you do it. I already did it because I want to save time, but there you go. I can tell already this is not going to work. Yeah, too far away. Okay, whatever. I've already got my 20 gargoyles, but that itch, that completionist itch, has to be scratched. Alright, now we can go left. This is the second area. Well, I'm doing it second, but you could start from this area if you want. This area is either very long or very short, depending on if you know what you're doing. So, and if you want to do all the optionals. Basically, if you know what the choice is, it's super short.
Dust motes drift through the air, while cobwebs choke the corners of this corridor. Fearsom's voice floats in the air, coming from everywhere and nowhere at all.
I have provided you with a feast for the senses. Once you and your fellows are ready, step up onto the table. But be aware. You'll be shut in until you've learned your lesson. Or you meet your demise.
Hermia tells you that you must choose an object from the collection displayed on the table. Whether you make the right choice depends entirely on your understanding of Hirsam's thoughts and ideals.
If you want to see me do the correct answer, well, just skip to here.
You put down the object you chose, and now your head starts to feel a bit wobbly. The room spins. Suddenly, you find yourself transported to a cramped and dingy chamber. You seem to be in a prison. A red cap, sharpening a large knife, cackles beyond your cell's bars. Then, you hear a whisper beside you.
As you saw, we took the wrong solution, and that throws us in jail.
That Hirsam's revelers have been rounding up Eladrin from neighboring lands. The revelers bring them here, where they fall prey to the butcher, Ruddy Red, and the mysterious baker, known as Granny. A panel in the cell wall slides open, revealing the entrance to a sewer drain. You climb out of the sewer pipe and find yourself on the other side of the locked prison door. You can either run ahead and find your way out, or return to face Ruddy Red.
As you can see, we've escaped, but we have the option to go back and
Ruddy
save
Red
all the
looks up in
prisoners.
shock at your reappearance outside of your cell.
You! How did you escape? Gods!
He snarls before lunging toward you. As Ruddy Red dies, the other prisoners' cells clang open. The Eladrin tell you they'll wait until it's safe, then find their way back to their courts.
There's a whole bunch of people in these cells. You can't talk to them. The only two you can is to the left and right of the exit. On the right, we've got a chest. And on the left, we've got this one weirdo looking at the wall. No wonder why he's alone in his own cell. Yeah, that's it. From here, it's actually pretty quick out. And the way is, well, you have to see we're on floor number 1. You want to get up to floor number 2. And then up to floor number 3. There's an optional way in. But we're going to just go up through the stairs. Again, this entire area is optional, but there are some really cool interactions that go on. So I'll be showing the way through this dungeon and all those different little things. They have over here these few side rooms. They're just breakables and stuff. Nothing really exciting. And then we have this path out of here. This floor is actually acid, so you're gonna have to do some jumping. It's a bit tricky when you hit your head on the ceiling, or when it lags. First, I'm going to open up this door over here right in front of me. It's just a little dead-end room with a bunch of guards. Optionally over here, we've got this secret passageway. This will lead us right up to the bridge, and we can exit through there. If you don't have detect secret doors or true seeing or whatever it is you need to find this door, you're not going to be able to use this secret passageway. Yeah, as I said before, this leads us right up to the bridge. We'll get to the bridge soon. We're going to go the normal way though. So in short, if you're leaving from the dungeon, you'd go out through the underground pipe tunnel. You'd come up, you'd go through the acid hallway, and then you would probably go through the secret door. If not, you're gonna have to walk out through this locked gate. We've got two doors. One of them is locked, and we need a key for it. we're gonna go get that key soon. I believe you can pick the lock. I don't have a high enough knock skill or the ability to pick locks, so I'm gonna have to get the key for it. But since it contains an objective, well, an optional objective, so there is a key in the quest. So I'm very thankful for that. Don't have to be worried about getting lost. If you can continue walking, that means you're going on the right path. If you're not, you'll be stuck inside of some kind of dead end and you'll just turn back. It'll be short. There's no like long dead ends where you have to be worried about. Yeah, this is called the bridge. This is the central area of floor 2. And everything is going to come off of this place. So if you want to memorize the layout of this area, this is like your center starting part. As you can see, at the edge of this bridge is the way up to floor number 3. Okay, so starting from floor 2, if you'd come down from the top, you'd walk on this bridge, and from here, well, sorry again, from here we've got right and left. The right just leads up to the top, and the left leads to the other optional area. Approaching one of these fences will spawn a whole bunch of monsters. Well, actually, pulling the lever spawns them. If you want to go just to get Granny, or the secret objective of killing Granny, you'll see in just a moment. So you stand on the bridge, and you jump down, and you go left, and left again. That will take you to Granny. That's what we're showing now. There's also a passageway to the right, but we'll get to that soon. Again, you jump down from the bridge, go left and left, and now it takes you to Granny.
The voice of a kindly old woman echoing from an adjoining room.
Little Red, is that you? Come, dear. I've just finished baking another pie.
As you open this door, an unsettling aroma floats towards you. Fresh pastry with an undercurrent of rotten meat.
Well,
This is Granny.
You're not Little Red.
Says the voice.
But don't worry, dear. Granny will take care of you.
Granny falls to the ground, dead, the cookware clattering down around her.
Oh, nice. In this hallway there's another door, and this leads to the private room of Little Red, the jailer we killed before. If you read the note, it'll give you a hint about how to open up this chest. It's a rhythmic key. Now you know why I went and got the fiendish fiddle first. Yeah, okay, we're done with this area. We've got both of our chests and our optionals, but we still need to get one more objective. So when we jumped down the bridge, we went left and left, and over here we're going to go left and then right. That will take us to this little extra hallway. This is the final area, by the way, of this dungeon, so should be finished with this soon. This hallway has a few little rooms coming off of it. 2 actually. Okay. This room has a whole bunch of barrels and a collectible and a hidden key. You need to climb up on these mushrooms, and yep, that's the key for the door that I mentioned before that was locked. This second room, again, has a collectible. Also, it's got a chest. Sadly, this chest is locked, and I don't have any way to open it, so sorry about that. Gonna move on. And this is the final door. And this leads right back to the prison. So before we showed you this locked gate, this is coming down from the top, this would also be an option. So again, coming from the bridge, you would either jump down left, and then you would go right and go straight to the end of the hallway, and that would lead you to the prison. Or you would go straight down through the middle, or the secret door on the right. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of ways to get down to the bottom. Yeah, we're just running back up. I'm taking the normal path. This will lead us back to this locked door. And there we go. This is the final room. Again, got a collectible and some gold pieces, and the final entry. The third entry we need for the book.
In Hirsam's book, his plan to remake the Feywild is framed as a hero's journey, with Hirsam in the lead role, naturally. Like all heroic fables, he stands triumphant in the end.
Like I mentioned before, there's a dimensional anchor in this place, so there's no shortcut back to the start. You're gonna have to walk back up. I'll just show this over here. As I mentioned before, if you jump off to the bridge to the right, it just opens up the staircase that goes from, well, floor 1 to floor 2. There you go. That was it. If you come and visit here once or twice, you should know it. Level 3 is completely linear. There's nothing to get lost. Just a pathway back through the hall with all the items on the table.
This door brings you back to the Hall of Objects. With that detour dealt with, you can try again and choose another object.
Okay, here you've got to make a choice. The short answer is you want to pick whatever Hirsam would pick. So whatever is most natural and least binding, most freely spirited item, that's the one you want. So in this case, it's going to be the apple. And it gives you a watchword.
You're surprised to discover that a watchword has been hidden within this object. Now that you have collected both watchwords, you can unlock the door to the roof. You hear a loud rumbling noise, which strangely reminds you of a yawn. The door slams open, and a Fomorian walks out into the chamber.
Finally! Mori ladron for supper!
He shouts. The Fomorian stumbles, then falls. You collected a watchword and killed the hungry Fomorian. Now you are free to leave the Hall of Objects with a new understanding of Hirsam's
Yeah, quick note. You can kill the Fomorian, then go visit the dungeons if you want. Also, if you started this area first, so be aware that as soon as you walk up and out of the stairs, you should jump and turn to the left, right next to the tree, and the door will appear right then. Okay, here we go. Here are the two watchwords. Now, don't worry about forgetting them because both of them are posted on these two podiums. So you can just click on the podium and it will remind you of what needs to be the words. First the one on the left, then the one on the right. As you can see in my general tab, it shows me the words, so I'm just gonna copy paste in order. Well, /say, and then the two words.
You clear your voice and speak the watchwords aloud.
And that's it.
The door rumbles and creaks open, revealing the path to the roof. You can confront Hirsam at last. You step out onto the roof of Duskfall Overlook. The arena appears.
Congratulations are in order.
Hirsam says,
You've made it this far, but I have just one tiny lesson left. All you see before you is an illusion. Mementos of what the Feywild is now. And what I so wish to destroy.
two familiar figures shimmer into view. Illusory versions of Lord Arden and the Prince of Frost.
These two boars, your allies, stand in my way. Strike down these so-called friends of yours, and I'll reveal myself.
Then Lord Arden's illusion springs into motion.
Prince of Frost goes through these phases where he freezes, and you can't attack him while he's frozen. So you're gonna have to first kill the trash for him to unfreeze and be able to move on.
The fourth prince falls, shattering in a spray of ice and snow. The gleaming walls of the room dim, then fade away. Hear some whistles and applause as he appears.
Bravo! I hadn't imagined you'd be so ruthless. I wonder how your little lord and that bitter archfey would feel, knowing how easily you betrayed them.
He shrugs.
The lesson is now complete. You have earned your audience at last.
You confront Pearson with the magic needle that holds his immortality. Resigned and outsmarted, the Prince of Satyrs exchanges the codex pages he stole from the gatekeepers for the needle. Before you can leave, a cold, commanding voice peals out.
What have you done? We had a deal, Pearson.
To be sure,
Replies Hearsome.
a bargain's a bargain. And I will deliver in time. I've simply lent these codex pages to these mortal adventurers. They have such short lifespans, after all. It'll be no trouble to bring them to you when they die. A century or 3 should do it.
I will not forget your insolence, Archfey.
Snaps the mysterious stranger.
And you, mortals. I will not forget you either. I will have those codex pages if I have to pry them from your cold, dead hands.
Well, so this is it. This concludes the Fables of the Feywild quest series. This is the final quest in the second chain, and the final quest, video quest, my solo walkthrough and guide series of, well, Feywild. So, a special thank you to everyone. If you're heading out of this quest, I do recommend you walk back, because if you're going to just recall back, it's going to bring you back to here anyways. Yeah, and then you can just turn around the teleport and bring you back to Wayward Hall, or whatever it's called, sorry. Well, that's it. If you benefited from this guide, or if you just enjoyed this video, please hit like and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope to see you in a different video. Bye.